Good evening, those of you that are following along from behind or elsewhere. Tonight I am working on a piece for one of my clients. I'm doing a late night draw for probably about 20, maybe 30 minutes. While I work on this piece, I will be having some music playing in the background, and you can listen and watch as you desire. But you can actually see my technique. Because most people don't know how I do my technique, they're just baffled by the end look. I mostly use microns, and then I will use actually a Q-tip to smudge. So enjoy. I won't be talking much because, well, it's late night here and everyone's asleep. But I will be working intermittently for the next half hour, and you can see my technique as it unfolds. Beside me, I have a pre-sketch that I did of the final image. The pre-sketch, I usually do pre-sketches of my pieces first to get an idea for color placement, and then I transfer them to 11 by 17 afterwards. This way I have a good idea as to where I want my colors, and I have a good idea of how things should look when I'm done with my process. My pre-sketches are typically not the full design, they're more of a outline, and they're usually targeting specific colors and specific placements, so they don't really fit the final look, they just fit where I need to put things. So let's begin. Here's my mics. Hopefully you can hear me. I checked my mics beforehand, but they didn't look like they were having too many issues. So now I'm going to work on the hand. Yes, I dropped my pen. Congratulations, I've dropped my pen. At least I'm not in jail, because then that would be really bad. Alright, so let's go up to a 3 for this section. Pooh, another commercial. I don't want to use licensed media, but I'm about ready to. Oh, let's see what we got. Here, let's use Cyberpunk Live. Stand up to Jewish hate. Square this blue square. No. 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 Just say no. There we go. see. How about an 8? Is 8 maybe too thick? 8. I'll use an 8. So, the earlier part of this evening, I worked on this during topic lists, and this is what I was doing while I was listening to Luke and Jason and Flying Feline and all these wonderful artists that I associate with. But very few people ever actually watch me draw. I'm very private about how I draw because this is kind of the technique that is sort of unique to me. But I've come to realize that people enjoy watching people draw. So I figured, hey, maybe I should start showing off how I draw. So that people can see my techniques and see that I do things kind of a bit unorthodox. I'm just kind of in a different flow and design than the average person. And the way I draw is more of a unique style that I've developed over the years. And that style has a unique kind of flow pattern. Oh yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like this. And then that is all shadow. And this is actually based off of a garment that the person, the client, that this is being done for actually wears. So as weird as this looks, it's actually a real outfit. I have a photo I used for reference for the outfit. And that's not the Wailing Dead in the background. It's an actual train about 2 miles away from me. Yeah, I wonder if there's anyone actually watching. Nope, no one's watching. That works for me. That means I'll be able to make this just a short stream. And maybe there will be good audio. And maybe there won't be, and all you're hearing is just music. But it allows me to go to bed at a decent hour tonight, because fucking hell, I'm tired. A lot going on within the company right now. Downside to running your own company when you're in this kind of a profession is you have to get up at the butt crack of dawn with your employees and your workers and all that fun, happy horse shit. And sometimes, just sometimes, things can be obnoxious. Or you have a lot of production that has to get done. Mr. Kumi LLC is not just a comic book company, which a lot of people don't realize. It's also a board game and video game development company. So I'm oftentimes doing a lot of off-the-wall projects on the side in preparation of projects and products that are coming out sometime later, which can get really mentally fatiguing over a while. After a while. I may have to cut this short. My wrist's starting to bug me. I'm trying to go as long as I can, but I've been drawing for about 2 hours before I started this stream. I have kind of an old school mentality when it comes to a lot of stuff. I don't like streaming when other people are streaming, because I feel that that's kind of cutting into other people's bandwidth and fan base and all that. There are other artists in the community that like playing crap like that. I think it's fucking tacky and shitty. Never cut into someone else's stream, and more importantly, never steal other people's fan base. You can have their fan base, but you don't have to poach. And there are people that like to poach, and I think that's just shit. So I try not to run shows or do shows in time frames that I can impede upon someone else's bandwidth. Because we're all in this together, and we can either work together, or we can fuck each other over like the big boys. And the problem is the big boys want us to hate each other. They want us to work against each other. Because the more we work against each other, the more they win. It's all divide and conquer tactics. And people in the community don't always grasp that. They try to be the biggest, the brightest, the best, and they don't understand that the big boys want that. They want you to hate your colleague. They want you to work against each other, because that's less work they have to do. So if you sabotage your friend who you don't like because he gets more views than you do, then you're just holding him back from success. And you're also holding yourself back from success. So sometimes the best strategy is to not stream at the same time as someone else. Let them have some time. Let them enjoy that stream and then stream after. Now, my little short stream right now is impeding upon one other colleague's blind stream, but I didn't realize he was going to stream late at night. Because he usually doesn't. But I'm also small, and most people don't pay attention to me when I draw. They pay attention to me more when I do my live games. But I also try not to do those in slots that, again, compete or conflict with other artists. I try to work as best as I can around other people so that I'm not infringing upon other people's draw groups. Now we're at a good stopping point for that. Now I need to figure out where I put my Q-tips. There's my Q-tips. So I dip my Q-tip in a little bit of moisture, and it helps me smudge. And the beauty of the smudge is the smudge gives you natural shadows. And for those that are unaware, I have a small cup in my hand that I'm dipping into, which I just realized I'm out of water. Oh, let me find my cup. Ow, I'm getting old. Oh, I should put my headset down. Crap. Yay, old age. Yeah, I'm not going to use my cup anymore. I'll use a small cap. That'll be easier. So, usually I use, oops, where's the camera? There's the camera. Usually I use a cup like this. There's a little bit of leftover powder in it. But for what I'm working on, I'm just going to use a basic cap. The way I do it, I take a little bit of water, not a huge amount. I then take the Q-tip and then just dab it just a little bit and use it to smudge. And target the areas where the hatching is first. That way you get a nice even shadow. And then you just kind of lightly go along it. And make sure to get all the little nooks and crannies. And you get happy little BDSM from this. Maybe I should become the Bob Ross of comic books. But make it all fetish related. How's that sound? Bob Ross of dark art techniques and dark comic book images that are gothic and fetish related. See? Now you have a nice shadow effect going on. You don't necessarily have to have the hatching, but the hatching actually helps define it a little bit better. go back over it. That's a lighter pen. Usually I use a 05 or a 03, but the 05s and 3s are not working very well tonight. I really hope I don't have to replace them. And just lightly dash it. Just lightly get the corners. And just lightly talk like you're Bob Ross. And just lightly do that little effect, and then that little effect, and then that little effect, and then this one, and this one, and this one, and then go back over it, lightly with the Q-tip to smudge. And then I go back into areas that are heavier shadow, like right here, and bring in just a little bit more shadow. Well, that's kind of glaring, so it's making it difficult to see. You just want to make the shadow kind of emphasize where it naturally would. And once this print is done, what I will do is send this to the client, and this will be part of their campaign. And if you want to purchase this print, I believe she is releasing the originals for $300 a piece. And then the other images, she's going to be doing, I believe, like lithographs and a bunch of other stuff. And then that's all going to be in promotion of her organization up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, called the Rack Room. And the Rack Room is actually a really cool concept. So the Rack Room is this idea of using BDSM and fetish for psychological health and to help people overcome trauma by giving them scenarios and environments where they can control their abusive situations and their traumatic situations and overcome it. And the lady that is doing all this is a very close friend of mine that lives up that way. I'd say her name, but I don't have her permission. So I don't think she's aware that I'm doing this live stream, so I'm not going to mention her name right yet until I know that it's okay for me to mention her personal name. But she has told me to mention the Rack Room wherever I can. So this is me doing a piece for her in promotion of her fetish-themed psychological clinic called the Rack Room. And she's going to start helping people with their abuse through controlled fetish work. And the lady who is doing it is both an actual trained clinical psychologist and a professional dominatrix. And her goal is to use her business as a way to help people come to terms with certain things outside of their control and help them find a sense of peace And I've done some research on it myself. It's actually surprisingly a very effective technique that unfortunately is not implemented enough because our culture is very like hands off on a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of things that are just not easy to overcome. And when you can overcome it in a controlled setting where you feel safe and you have control over what's going on, you tend to overcome trauma a lot better because you can replace the experience with a positive or a different outcome. And it reprograms the brain into seeing that negative experience as a positive one. And you condition yourself with the ability to not be affected by it anymore. So it's a really cool concept that is unfortunately not really well done here in the US. And crazier yet, it's not really done at all in Indiana. And she was successful enough to get the licensing and the federal government to agree to let her open up a clinic. So here we go. I have respect for my good friend. I am making her some fetish-related imagery for her upcoming campaign. And what I'm doing right now is just mostly shadowing. And it looks all dark and BDSM. It looks all dark and foreboding because I've got to shadow it a certain way first. And then once I get all the black and white imagery done, then I'll go over it with targeted color. And that's basically how I do my technique, is I do red line first, and then I go over in certain colors, and I just slowly, meticulously work my way around until I get it right to the right color combinations. And that's how I get these really nice shadows and skin tones and all that crap. And the trick is I go over this with the alcohol markers in the colors I need. And go from there. And with hair, since hair is so light, I typically go over the hair as long as the hair is not a lighter color. Is that skin tone? That is skin tone. Is that skin tone? No, that is not skin tone. I misdrew that one. Okay. Ironically, I saw a mistake. This spot here in my sketch is skin tone, but in the actual photo it's not. So we won't do that. And I'm settling at times. My screen is showing what my camera is showing. Now, the corner of my eye, my brain keeps thinking I'm watching an anime. So I have a sort of anime style in my artwork. So if I'm not paying attention, I can confuse myself. I think I'm watching like Cowboy Bebop or something. I'll go mad. Because, you know. Okay. to the brush. Not to the brush. Is the raccoon sitting at the door? Nope. Okay, good. I have raccoons, and they're kind of like my second pet. Even though I don't have any pets going. They like to give me stuff, and they love to tap at my door. Especially late at night. Yep. The funny part is the music I'm listening to, I might get demonetized over, I might not, I don't fucking know, I don't really care. One of the things that kind of ticks me off about the YouTube algorithm bullshit is this important concept called fair use. And they like to be assholes and ignore fair use, when legally fair use is a federal right. And a live show with music that you're listening to, or music in a content of music live, YouTube legally can't really overstep that if they'd like to. However, and here's where the real pisser comes into play, is that while they can't legally enforce it, they're also a multi-billion-dollar company. So are you really going to argue with a multi-billion-dollar company? Some people have, and some people have succeeded, but it's one of those, I've got better things to do. Like, hate Microsoft. Everyone listening to the sound of my voice should never use Microsoft again. Of course, you know. Here's my echo room. Alright, now I'm going to use the brush. Get these kind of subtle points. Catch to this is that there's a heavy glare from my overhead light. Brush techniques take a while to really get down. You just kind of have to keep working on it to get the right level of pressure. But when you do, you can get some really gorgeous effects out of it. that really just kind of carry the image even more. Right. It's almost time for me to wrap up for today. As I spilled my water all over my desk. The smart man I am. I'm so smart, I spill water all over my desk. Now, the thing of it is, I make a lot of jokes. Sometimes they're borderline racist. But you have to remember, I am a bona fide 100% grade A mutt. So I am a choice. What the hell? That's good. That's not good. What about to use that then? Anyhow, I am a bona fide 100% grade A mutt. But they say you can't make fun of other cultures, right? Well, when I make fun of most cultures, there's a few that I don't. You have to remember that I'm kind of from those cultures, and I was raised around those cultures, and I was raised in those cultures. And, well, you know, I grew up in a time where making fun of people was just how you gave them a thicker skin. And we're not talking like troll level harassment, we're talking about just, you know, cultural social associations and whatnot. So I will sometimes make jokes. Some of them are in poor taste. Most of them taste bad. Like the age-old saying, why don't cannibals like eating clowns? Because they taste funny. And, well, my humor tastes funny. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's not funny. Sometimes it's what the fuck is wrong with you? And you just kind of gotta take it like a dirty whore. And realize that I'm not serious about half the shit I say. And I literally just let my brain run while I'm doing stuff like this. And if you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. Not much I can do about it. If I had a co-host and was popular enough for that, I might have like the Hecklefish or something, and then that would be entertaining. But I don't. So I just make my really random comments. Now you may be asking yourself, why am I coloring white on the shoelaces? And I'm going to be going over it in another color. And the point of this is you put white in areas where you want the color to be the most saturated. And you put shadowy colors in the area you want it to be least saturated. Because I can't fucking talk. So, areas that I want there to be more color, I put more white. In areas where I want there to be less color, I put more shadow. Now, many purists out there will say, well, shit, dude. With your black and white, why don't you just do everything in black and white? And I tell them, because I'm not secretly a dog. What I mean by that is, I don't just make things in black and white to make it in black and white. You gotta put color to things. And yes, I could do all my work in black and white. But we live in the 90s. I know we don't live in the 90s. We live in a modern era where color can be printed fairly easily. So instead of not doing color, doing everything in black and white, which has its own aesthetic, don't get me wrong. I like everything to have color because it pops more. And I like the look light gives a drawing. That's where we're at today. So it's been almost an hour, actually. 44 minutes. That's short and pretty. And now you got to watch me do the color stuff. Now, the reason why I don't do his hair, I do need to do something on his nose. The reason why I don't do his hair, and I initially do color like this, is because hair is a little bit difficult. And it's really easy to fuck up hair. So I do this type of stuff very carefully. So that the hair is done last. And the way I'll do the hair is when I do my color layers. My color layers will actually have hair. And I'll do the hair in light and then go over it in layers with other colors. And actually this one is going to be bright red here and cascade out to showcase that the lady's boot in his back is what's making him alive. Because that's the idea, is you want it to be a scenario where the guy is being given color and his reality is being given a purpose by her and her boots. So that's what we're doing. Right now I'm doing some basic touch-ups so the shoe's a little bit more prominent. And then I'll go back over the shoe again. And the ropes again. And we'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, side to side, back and forth. And I'll just keep working on it. Now we're at 47 minutes. Hey. But, you know, this is my first private draw stream with just me. Usually I'm jumping onto other people's streams, or I'm running a game show. But very few people have ever seen me actually draw. They know I can draw, they see the results of it. They never actually see me draw. So now you're getting a rare late night treat of seeing me draw. There we go. All right. Oh, all right. Okay. Bueller. Oh, no one's watching, so that's okay. I'm gonna do it. Channel I'm even on. Watch, I'm posting it to my video game channel. Alright, let's close that up. And we'll close her up. Slide her over. Move the phone down. And close up this contract piece. Okay, now I gotta find my phone. There's my phone. That's not my phone. I gotta find my mouse. Alright, so. Oh, brand. And I guess we'll just close. Oh, I have. Weird, I thought I had a closeout for Cyberpunk. Intro low quality. I don't even know what that is. Cyberpunk logo blank. T-Foss. Where is my... Man, I'm missing a bunch of shit. That's not good. I'm missing my T-Foss logo. Oh, I'm in Cyberpunk. No wonder I need my... What's product development? What's in product development? There's my company icon. I haven't ran my own station for a while, so I forget all the shit that I have. What's a T-Foss? Anything good in T-Foss? Oh, here's my credits. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to show the T-Foss credits and call it a night. Have fun, kids.
All you know is what you're told. Asking questions breaks the mold. You stay still to procreate, spreading lies, spreading hate. Find salvation in
Bye-bye.